Yeah, guys, this one didn't work for me. It just didn't. So they decided to do a Western episode of Doctor Who, which is automatically a bad idea, but the way that it came out just didn't work. My main problem with this one is just how uninteresting it is. It's not awful, it's just uninteresting. Now, this is a 100-minute story, so if it's not keeping me interested, then it can really drag on. Also, through the whole episode, they play this Western music, and this woman is singing, and it's not bad, but I don't know, it didn't entirely work for me. I don't know, it just felt unnecessary, I suppose. There's also the fact that this is a very British show that uses British actors, but these British actors have to do these southern accents that range from okay to just really, really bad. So that didn't help. I do like that the Doctor shows his distaste for guns and violence in this episode, although it is strange that he had a gun on the TARDIS, which he said was from his collection. Also, it's interesting that he said he never touches alcohol in this episode, considering that in Twice Upon a Time, they decided that the Doctor had a cabinet of brandy, or some such alcohol. And no, of course I'm not blaming this episode for that. It just felt like none of the elements of this story really came together to make for a good episode. I was hoping to get a fun little episode out of this one, but I wound up just being bored for the majority of it. On the plus side, the Doctor still works for me. He's entertaining and a fun presence on screen. It's just a shame that his current companions never seem to really click for me. I mean, I wish there was more for me to say about this episode, but boredom doesn't exactly provide for a lengthy or interesting video. So keeping this succinct is probably for the best. Overall, this episode was just a disappointment. It wasn't bad, but it was just bland, and I found myself bored throughout most of it. Not Doctor Who's worst outing, but it's far from its best. The Gunfighters earned the disappointing rating of 6 out of 10. So that's one of the things about Classic Who, is that when you have a bland episode, it goes on. It usually goes on for 4 parts, which is over an hour and a half. And that's a significant amount of time to be bored. Because in New Who, if you're bored by just any usual episode, then it's just going to be 45 minutes of your time, which is, half of that. So having episodes like this is they're just kind of a slog to get through, which is unfortunate because I don't want Doctor Who to ever be a slog. Yeah, season 3, I'm going to have a review pretty soon. I have to do a couple more episodes first. But so far, season 3 has not been the most interesting of seasons. There's been a lot of it where I'm like, oh, that kind of happened. Even Steven. I just said even Steven, and I didn't mean it that way. I meant to say even Steven as in the character, and I just said even Steven, and that's never happened to me in my entire life before. And I just blew my own mind, and it wasn't even that big of a deal. So, even Steven, the character, he just felt like he's just kind of there, doesn't do much. So I don't know. This ended up being a bit of a check-in for the season. Yeah, this season is not winding up to be the best, but there's still more to it. I have actually seen the other stuff, but I've seen the rest of the season, was what I'm saying. I have not said what I've thought about the rest of the season, though, so, we'll get to that soon. So yeah, that's that. If you join me again this coming Sunday, then I will have a ranking for you of the Doctor Who holiday specials. This is a modern Who ranking. It is not including Classic Who. So, yeah, that's going to be coming to you Sunday. I hope to see you then. And after that, we'll be getting back to some more Classic Who. So, thank you for watching. Take care, and have a lovely week.